Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have for you is episode 5 and the final episode of season 1 of my Football Manager 23 save with #United. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are now on the road to 900 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. We'll find out today if we're going to make the playoffs or not. As it stands, we've still got a chance to make it in there. It's going to take a big ask. We probably need to win our final 2 matches, so it's not going to be an easy task. Make sure to drop a like on there for me. Subscribe if you're new as well. Let's get into it. So if you haven't already checked out the last episode, I would highly recommend that you all go over and check that out. Since you were last with us, there has been no more transfer business. We did obviously make a signing. Harold Joseph came in at the end of last episode. 27 years of age on £160 a week on a deal until the end of the season, just to help us out with a bit of squad depth. If you've not checked out the last episode, we are in a lot of trouble. We're losing a lot of players on free transfers and we're not being able to recuperate them. Max Cornell's had an offer from East Thurrock United, so we've offered him a contract, which at 36 years of age might not be the smartest thing that I have ever done. The contract offer is part-time, obviously. It will last until the end of next season on £150 a week. So we're just going to finalise that once more. And in terms of how we got on since you were last with us, then we had a 5-2 win away at Gorleston before a 3-0 defeat at home to Felixstowe. In today's episode then we have Great Wakering away from home, we're 8th in the table, and also Hullbridge away from home, we're 7th in the table. So we're playing the teams that are around us. It's not in our hands, unfortunately. We're 3 points behind Coggleshall. We could still technically catch Lowestoft as well if they lose both of their games and we win both of our games. Our goal difference isn't the greatest, but if we win this first match and Coggleshall lose, you never know what could happen. Let's get into the first game and fingers crossed we can start with a win. A little bit of news here for you, not the fact we've got a new scout in. Max Cornhill has signed that new contract now, so he's on £150 a week for next campaign. Regardless of whatever division we're in, he's a very solid player at these sort of levels. He's a good Isthmian League Division 1 North player, which I think is the tier above. Obviously, we're tier 8. I think that means he's good standard for tier 7. You know, he's 36 years of age, good experience in there, and a pretty solid ball-winning midfielder. It does now mean, though, our wage budget is over £2,000 per week when we're only allocated £1,600 a week. This alone could potentially get me the sack, but if it gets us promoted, I don't think Spen Doggy Dog's going to be complaining. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for our penultimate league match of the regular campaign. We line up in our normal formation with Taylor in goal, a back three of Halford, Joseph and Melenge, with Cornhill, Watson and PK in the midfield. A Peng starts on the right, Francis starts on the left with Teniola and Miles up front. On the bench that leaves Wooldridge, Haysom, Clark, Akunja and Brown. Luke Chadwick has unfortunately suffered a pulled hamstring, so he's going to be out for another 12 days, so he might miss the rest of the season if we don't make the playoffs. That will be a big loss for us. We have to start with a win here. Anything other than a win, and it makes the last game of the season very, very hard. So to make the job easier for us, obviously it's no longer in our hands, but to make it a little bit easier for us, we need to start with 3 points here. The players seem fairly motivated by what I have to say. We'll have the league table up here, updating live as we go. An early corner ball here comes into the box, cleared away though by Jermaine Francis, only as far as right. He puts the ball back into the box. A Peng chests that down though and gives it back into Taylor. A little bit of room for him here now to build out an attack. Interesting distribution, but he finds Jermaine Francis, who hasn't really performed in the last couple of matches, wearing that number 2 shirt. PK finds Ollie Miles in behind, early chance off the crossbar, big opportunity for us there, and unfortunately Miles has failed to convert once again. There's Great Wakering coming forward here, but that one is well cut out. Another corner ball here for the host, comes into the box. Taylor though, he's so good at that, he always comes out, claims the ball. He's currently out of a contract with us this summer, but we do have the option to trigger it for a further year, and he also will get a further year if we manage to achieve promotion. Poor distribution there though, and Brown picks up the ball. He finds Mills over at right back, driving forward here for the host. Isley now, driving down at their right hand side. Francis does really well though to recover and gets a tackle in. Ball clip forward, Teniola finds PK, he slots it through into Ollie Miles, squares it looking for Lewis Watson, and now it's Wright coming forward down our right hand side here. Watson can't get a tackle in. Halford now plays long, Francis in behind, it's jumped over the defender's head, it's come to Miles, question marks of offside. Is this goal gonna stand? He was offside when Francis had the ball, but the player intentionally played it, so I think that goal is going to stand. The Tags are ahead with 8 minutes on the clock. It was a really, really scrappy goal, just a long ball from Halford. Francis got there first. Great recovery, to be fair, from the defender. He gets to tackle in. Miles, though, with a great finish, takes his tally to 10 for the season. He's now in double figures, and 8 minutes on the clock. It's Great Wakering 0. #United 1. We'll give the league table a moment to update as we are now 1 point outside of the playoffs. I think Coggles Hall are still drawing. If they concede, we then go into the playoffs. I've also just seen a Great Wakering have picked up an injury just a couple of moments ago, and it is now a free kick for Great Wakering, and it will be Heath to take. He clips the ball forward. That's gone over the head of Joseph, and Asonganye's in. And Dylan Asonganye has his 11th goal of the season. Really, really poor defending there from our new signing. And that's just what you expect at non-league level. Defenders are going to make mistakes. He's been bullied there, and he has not proven... Oh, that's terrible goalkeeping. So I was going to say he's not proven while I should have spent all that money on him. You know, he's on £160 a week. He's clearly onside. I'd surely foul there, maybe, on Joseph. I'm not really too sure. Poor defending, though. Either way, the host hit back just moments after we take the lead there, which is quite frustrating. Half an hour now on the clock. We really need to get a goal before half-time. It's been fairly even so far. They've probably just edged it, but we've had more of the ball. We need to do more with it, though. Teniola finds PK. Driving forward, he loses the ball. I'll tell you what, PK Humble has been a massive disappointment this season. Really, really underperformed in that central midfield role. Maybe we need to try and find a potential new role for him. Good tackle there from Malenge. Ball still comes into the box. Patterson at the back post, and it's in. Ross Patterson with his 4th goal of the season. It's Great Wakering 2. #United 1. Really, really poor defending that from us. It's the problem with the back three. The crosses to the back post. We just cannot defend them. And it's a really, really sloppy goal to concede. I mean, Taylor should definitely be saving that. I mean, is that gone through him? I'm 99% sure that ball has gone through Taylor's chest. Brilliant. What a video game. Mills on the ball here for Great Wakering. He finds Isley. These two on the right-hand side have caused us problems all game, and now the combo goes forward looking for Asonganye. Good header there from Joseph. PK ducks instead of trying to win the header there. Mills now slots it through to wrap up the game. Surely Asonganye makes it 3, and #United's playoffs hopes are fading away in front of our eyes. 40 minutes on the clock. It's Great Wakering 3, #United 1. I mean, we have been shocking. Absolutely shocking. Joseph has had a nightmare. Malenge is playing him onside. Taylor, again, just completely non-existent. Pretty much a hologram. And we'll be going into the break behind. Really, really frustrating. We're now 4 points outside the playoffs, so it is now mathematically impossible for us to make the playoffs on the final day. We have to get something out of this game. They have been terrible so far. We're going to take an early gamble in today's game. Max Cornell, who recently signed a new contract, is coming off. Ollie Miles is going to drop into the number 10 role as a shadow striker, and Andrew Brown is coming on at half-time. We've not got time to be waiting around. We're at that stage in the season now, that point in the season where you've got to win football matches. I'm making a change at the break. We're going more offensive. We've got to be better. I'm also going to stick it on attacking. I need more. Free kick for us here, which Taylor will take as we tick over onto the hour mark. Taylor sends it forward, looking for Teniola. Wins the flick on. Ollie Miles now finds it through into Brown, who strikes, and we are back in this game. Andrew Brown with his 3rd goal of the season. The 17-year-old has scored some big goals at big points this season. He scored another one there. 3rd goal already for a 17-year-old. He's absolutely brilliant. Good play that from Ollie Miles. A great through ball. Brown with a good first-time finish on his weaker right foot. And we've got half an hour now to get a goal or two. I'll make some subs in a couple of minutes. And we are now at that 65th minute mark, so we are now going to look to make some subs. I'm going to bring on Henry Clark for PK Humble, who's not really been performing today. We're going to play him as a deep line playmaker on defend. And we are also going to bring on Harry Haysom for Grady Malenge, who's on a yellow card and he's on a flat 6 rating, so clearly not performing too well. 25 minutes to go. We really need at least one more goal, because as it stands, we're now actually 5 points outside the playoffs. Coggles Hall have scored. So we need to win the football match. We've got 15 minutes to save the season here. Pengteng is having a nightmare. We've dropped to 8th in the table. We need something now. It's now or never for us to save the season. And as we tick over into added time, we are going to be defeated here. We are Great Wakering 3, #United 2. We've just not had enough in the second half of the season. Losing big players at big moments in the season. I've personally mismanaged the finances. I've spent money on players who have not been good enough. And unfortunately, we will be definitely playing in Tier 8 once again next season. We are now 5 points outside the playoffs. We cannot catch Lowestoft, who are at the final playoff spot. And unfortunately, the final game of the season now is going to be a dead rubber one. Some big news here. Leamington have made an approach to sign Percy Kianga-Bennett on a free transfer. Interest in Kianga-Bennett is thought to be high, with Slough, Dulwich Hamlet, Hampton and Richmond and Kings Lynn among the clubs rumoured to be looking at the player. He would prefer to move to Kings Lynn. They're obviously all teams who are in the Vanarama National League South. We're going to struggle to keep hold of him. I mean, to be fair, he's got 10 goal contributions this season. He has underperformed. You know, he gets £400, to be fair, every time that he plays. Is he worth that? I mean, he's been decent, but I'm not sure if he is any better. We'll enter contract negotiations. I'm willing to enter contract talks, but with there also being interest in my services from elsewhere, I suggest you agree to the following conditions. You want us to strengthen in the attacking department. I'm going to remove that. You can still be a star player, though. Happy to move on at this stage, but I'm also willing to listen to any modifications. Yep, we'll finalise that. Pleased everything's gone so quickly. Lovely stuff. Let's negotiate the contract. Also in discussions with Leamington. Following our previous demands, here are my initial contract demands. Well, he wants 275. How about 200 and a 40%? You happy with that? No, he's adamant for 275. So we'll do 220 and a £25 there. Nope, he wants 250. How about we do 220 and a £65 appearance fee? Nope, still wants 250. All right, we'll do 230 and £30 unused sub fee. He's happy with that. So we've agreed a contract. These terms are acceptable, but I wish to evaluate all my options. As it stands, we've agreed a contract with PK for another year on £230 a week, which is actually overall cheaper than him just having a £400 appearance fee bonus and then all the other bonuses. So that would actually work out cheaper for the club, and he's contracted. So overall, I think that's pretty much a win-win if he signs it. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for the final match of our first season as #United manager away at Hullbridge. We've gone back to a 4-2-3-1, a bit more of a normal formation for here, not a 3-3-4, whatever it was. We've got Taylor in goal, a back four of Halford, Malenge, Joseph and Wooldridge, with Cornell and PK in the midfield, a Pengteng on the right, Francis on the left and Watson in behind Teniola. On the bench we've got Haysom, Akunja, Clark, Miles and Brown. We're getting a lot of players who have currently got loads of interest in them and all that sort of stuff, so we'll have to wait and see. There's going to be a big rebuild in the summer transfer window. You will obviously see that in the next episode, but let's get underway for today's game. With there being nothing on the line, I'm not really too interested, but players are just playing for futures now. You know, if they impress me in this game, you know, if a winger like a Pengteng pops up with 2 goals and maybe an assist, you know, I might look at him a little bit different then. The media have been on our backs. The fans and the board were not happy that we failed to achieve our objectives from the start of the season, which was to, I think it was to at least get in the playoffs. If we finish outside of it by 2 points, then, you know, you can maybe get away with that a little bit. If you finish like 8 points outside, then obviously that's not as acceptable, anywhere near as much as 2 points. Early chance though for us here with Jermaine Francis on the ball. He goes back into Greg Halford, playing at right back today. Teniola in behind. Can he score? Yes, he can. The fact we've had a striker score... Oh, he's offside. Anyway, the fact we've had a striker still score 35, 36 goals this season, and in the end we've finished outside the playoffs, tells you where our problems lie. It's not with scoring goals, it has been defensively, and I don't know if that's a problem just with non-league, because we've got a good goalkeeper on paper, but he might as well be a hologram. You know, he's no better in terms of performances from what I've seen than James Phil at the end of the day. Defensively, again, we've got some pretty good, strong defenders. Like, there's no real weakness in this side, apart from maybe the wingers, you'd say, and the wingers have been alright this season. All the other positions are pretty good according to star rating, so that maybe proves that star rating is not all that. Cross comes into the box here, dealt with by PK. And now we'll look to build up a counter-attack. A Pengteng finds Teniola. PK now. Great ball out wide into Jermaine Francis. We need to get this man getting some balls into the box, getting some more goals and assists. PK now. Lovely switch of play into a Pengteng. Can he get one into the box? First time ball in, cleared away. Only as far as Cornell. Watson now finds a Pengteng who's going to strike and he's going to hit the post. And it's cleared away by Wilson. Big chance for us there, 23 minutes in. Wooldridge with a free kick for us here. He finds Joseph carrying the ball forward. He finds Wooldridge again. Back into Max Cornell. Joseph now finds Wooldridge. PK. Oh, high tackle there. Referee waves play and he's actually running away from play there. This man is lunging into tackles here, Gardner. He's the sort of bite we need in our midfield. Joseph with a high boot there. It's a very intense game, shall we say. Lots of big challenges flying in early doors. Forrest now clips a ball forward, looking for Kenny. Cornell underneath that, and Watson finds a Pengteng. He looks over the top for Teniola, but that is cut out by Forrest. And now Salami on the ball here. Maybe he needs to sign for new Salamis. Maybe that would certainly seem the right fit, like Levi Sutton should sign for Sutton United. Forrest now on the ball. I'm not really too sure what this highlight is. Nothing has happened so far, apart from Kenny being on goal. Good save though by Taylor. It's still not away, and he does eventually claim it on the second occasion. Half an hour gone, it's still 0-0. Dukale on the ball here on their left-hand side, up against Halford. Gets past him far too easily there. Shot comes in, spilled by Taylor. It's still in there. Eventually it goes out of play. Halford at right back doesn't really work, but it's either him at right back or PK at right back. I can't say I've been impressed with Halford all season. I think we're going to let him move on in the summer. I don't think he's been good enough. You might disagree with me down in the comment section down below, but for the money he's probably on, I don't think he's offered anywhere near enough. And I know I've not really played him in a back four at centre-back all season, and that's probably his natural position, but at the end of the day, he's got to be doing far better than what he has done this season for me, in my opinion. 40 minutes on the clock, free kick into the box, header at the back post, headed over, and that should hopefully be the last highlight before half-time. We've been terrible. Look at the stats. We've had one shot all game. They've had 10. They've absolutely battered us. We are not creating anywhere near enough. Clearly, we're already on the beach. We've been the better team here. My assistant manager, David Collis, you should be sacked for that alone. I'm far from pleased with what I've seen from the team. Let's get underway for the second half. We're going to play offensive, attacking football. Maybe it's because we haven't played a 4-2-3-1 for a long time. The players don't really know how to play the system. And obviously, being part-time, you only have 4 training sessions a week. But an hour on the clock, I'm not happy with what I've seen. Let's now make some subs. Teniola is on a 6.1, so Andrew Brown is going to come on up front, see if he can offer something decent. In the first season, that man scored 3 goals. I think that's pretty impressive, to be fair. Iman Akunja is going to come on as well for Max Cornhill at defensive midfield. And final change of the game, Harry Haysom is going to come on for Harold Joseph, who has been an absolutely terrible signing. For £160 a week, I can definitely tell you that man won't be getting a new contract. He has been really, really poor. 70 minutes on the clock then, still 0-0. Not a lot's really happened in this game. It's been a pretty boring final game of the season so far. Halford ball in, cleared away by White, and now Hullbridge will have a chance to counter-attack here. Can we win the ball back high up the pitch? McCormack driving forward down their right hand side. Can someone go near him please and try and stop the cross coming into the box? We all know how poor we are dealing with crosses, and that is another example of it. Jack Kenny with his 10th goal of the season. We fall behind with 73 minutes on the clock, and that's probably game done. We've not looked like scoring our game. We've been really poor, and I mean, we tried to run back. Francis was trying to run back, and I think was at Wooldridge as well. No marking in the middle. Malenge as well. He's been a terrible signing. I've just not done well with my recruitment, and I think you live and you learn. First season in outside, who playing in tier 8. I can't quite remember for the life of me what the actual name of the league is, but the 2 levels below the normal level that you can play in with the normal game. That's what I'm trying to say. I've never managed at this level before, and it's clearly showing I'm very inexperienced. As McCormack driving forward, ball in the box, Kenny with a header just wide. That should be 2. Approaching the end of today's game. Now it looks like we're going to be finishing the season at 6 points outside the playoffs. It does actually mean that Hullbridge have leapfrogged over Coggles Hall and have made it into the playoffs. It's defeat. It's disappointing. I'm not happy with their performance, and unfortunately that puts a wrap on what has been overall a pretty poor and underwhelming season. We're going to have a big rebuild in the summer. We're going to hopefully get some much better players in. We'll see about obviously offering new permanent and part-time contracts to players rather than non-contracts, because well, we saw last season how many players left on free transfers because they're on non-contracts, and we couldn't do anything about it. As much as we tried to offer them part-time contracts or non-contracts on better money, a lot of them just simply want to move on. So it's frustrating from that point of view, but we'll try and rebuild the team. We'll try and have 2 players for every position, so we'll have a 22-man squad. We'll have a couple of youngsters featuring in there as well. It depends what the wage budgets will be. We'll try and get some players in who've been released by some clubs higher up. And squad planning for next season, Callum Taylor, yes, will probably end up triggering his contract. In terms of a team meeting, I think it would be a good idea to hold a team meeting to make sure everyone's pulling in the same direction and focused on the task at hand. What can I probably say? I need to encourage them, don't I? They're all very happy about it. That ultimately falls on all of us to sort out. We've all been rubbish and nobody can hide from that fact. I mean, that's made me like Greg Halford a little bit more, but it's probably not going to be enough to warrant a new contract at this football club. I am going to leave it there though for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could join it 20 likes. As I said at the start of today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are on the road to 900 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know who do you think I should sign in this upcoming transfer window. Get your suggestions in nice and early so I can see them before I record the next episode. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day and I'll see you all very soon for another one. Oh dear, actually the board are requesting a meeting to discuss my future. Oh no, we can't leave the video here. Oh, we definitely can't leave the video here. The board would wish to hold a meeting with you regarding your position at the club. Your performance hasn't been good enough and your position is under serious threat. Failure to attend the meeting will result in the board terminating your contract. Am I about to get sacked? I mean, they're only slightly disappointed with my management of the team. Last season's disappointment are still fresh in our memories and have a big impact on our appraisal of your current performance. Well, we're obviously going to have to attend the meeting. We've got to be very careful with what I say here. We are not happy with your current performance and are considering your position at the club. We would like to know why you think the team have performed so badly. Well, obviously, the fact we had lost so many players was a big factor. We got a fair few injuries as well. Haven't been in management for that long. I would appreciate some patience and understanding. I've been really unlucky with the amount of injuries the players have suffered from. I hope you can give me more time. We've had a difficult run of games recently. I don't think we've had a difficult run of games. It's one of these two. I'm going to say I haven't been in management that long. I would appreciate some patience and understanding. We've taken that into consideration, but would still like to know how you plan to turn things around. Right, there seem to be holding on to me a little bit here. Hope you can afford me some more time to turn things around. The morale on the squad is poor, but it's something which is easily rectified. Hope you can give me more time to turn things around. We do have problems, but they can be solved. Tell me what? No, I'm not saying that. We've just brought through a number of quality. No, the morale amongst the squad is poor, but that is something which is easily rectified. We are prepared to give you more time to pick the players up. We believe it's important to stay on good terms with you, so hopefully we can continue to work together to build a positive future for the club. I think I've saved my job for now, but if we don't get promoted next season, or at least make the playoffs, we could certainly be in a spot of bother. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all very soon for another one. Peace.